Have you ever wondered about the life of the infamous Cleopatra, the last active ruler of Egypt's Ptolemaic kingdom? In the heart of the bustling city of Alexandria, in the year 69 BC, a queen was born into the Ptolemaic dynasty. This family, of Macedonian Greek origin, had ruled Egypt for nearly 300 years, blending Hellenic traditions with the ancient customs of the land of the Nile. Cleopatra, the future queen of this dynasty, entered the world. Her early years were spent immersed in knowledge, absorbing multiple languages and studying the intricate dance of politics. She was not only groomed to be a monarch, but an intellectual one. Greek, Egyptian, and even the language of the Romans rolled off her tongue with ease, a skill that would prove invaluable in her later years. Her birthright was a throne. Her destiny, however, was not just to rule, but to shape history. From the beginning, Cleopatra was destined for greatness, but she would also face significant challenges. We left off with Cleopatra's early years, now let's dive into her ascension to the throne. Cleopatra first shared power with her father, Ptolemy IV, in a co-regency that saw her learn the ropes of ruling. But it was her subsequent co-rule with her brothers, Ptolemy XIII and Ptolemy XIV, that truly tested her mettle. Thrust into a whirlwind of political intrigue and power struggles, Cleopatra's intelligence and political acumen began to shine. She navigated the labyrinth of power with deftness and strategy, forming alliances that would secure her position and the stability of Egypt. Her strategic alliances were not just about survival, they were also about expansion and growth. Cleopatra was a woman of great intellect and vision, using her wit and charm to forge relationships that would help her consolidate power. She was a shrewd and ambitious ruler, determined to preserve Egypt's independence at all costs. Cleopatra was more than a queen. She was a shrewd and ambitious ruler determined to preserve Egypt's independence at all costs. Now that we've seen Cleopatra's rise to power, let's explore her reign and the relationships that defined it. Cleopatra's rule was marked by her relationships with two of Rome's most powerful men, Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. With Julius Caesar, Cleopatra formed an alliance that was as much political as it was personal. Caesar's support helped her regain the throne, and their relationship yielded a son, Caesarion, further tying Egypt to Rome. Following Caesar's death, Cleopatra turned her attention to Mark Antony. Their relationship, too, was a strategic play. Antony was a formidable Roman general and politician, and their alliance solidified Cleopatra's position as Queen of Egypt. They had 3 children together, further intertwining the fates of Rome and Egypt. These relationships were not just romantic entanglements, but carefully calculated moves on the chessboard of power. Cleopatra's reign was defined by her ability to leverage these connections, securing her place in history. Cleopatra's relationships were not just matters of the heart, but strategic moves in the high-stakes game of power. Every reign has an end. For Cleopatra, it was both dramatic and tragic. The final years of her reign were marked by tumultuous events that shook the very foundation of her empire. The infamous Battle of Actium, where Cleopatra and her lover Mark Antony faced off against the formidable Octavian, marked a devastating loss for Egypt. In the aftermath, Mark Antony erroneously believed Cleopatra had been killed, leading him to take his own life. A distraught Cleopatra was left to face the impending Roman conquest alone. Despite efforts to negotiate with Octavian, her fate was sealed. In a final act of defiance, Cleopatra chose her own destiny rather than being paraded as a trophy in Rome. Her death, shrouded in mystery and intrigue, marked the end of the Ptolemaic kingdom. Cleopatra's death marked the end of the Ptolemaic kingdom and the beginning of Roman Egypt. Her life continues to captivate us, a testament to her enduring legacy.